Sai Ram, dear listeners, live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
సాయిరామ్. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
Sai Ram, dear listeners, live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
సాయిరామ్. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः। यात इषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः। शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडय। याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी। तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः। यामिषुङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे। शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसेः पुरुषं जगत्। शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्चावधामसि। यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत्। अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक्। अहेगुश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः। असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः। ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुः श्रिताः सहस्रशो वै चागुं हेड ईमहे। असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः। उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः। उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः। नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे। अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः। प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्नियोज्याम्। याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वप। अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे। निशीर्य शय्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव। विज्यन् धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम्भुत। अनेशन्नस्येषव आहुरस्य निषङ्गतिः। याते हेतिर्मीढुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः। तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा। नमस्ते अश्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे। उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने। परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः। अतो य इषुधिस्थवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम्। नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये। नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये। नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये। नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये। नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये। नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये। नमो नमो रुद्राय तताविने क्षेत्राणां पतये। नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निर्व्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे सेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्थायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः सृगाविभ्यो जिघागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो सिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यभ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तिष्ठद्भ्यो तावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमः व्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो कृत्सेभ्यो कृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मालेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शुश्रुभ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेहुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्ण्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो धूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णेषवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सोऽध्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कोप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाध्याय च नमः षष्ठ्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमगिरिण्याय च प्रपत्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्थल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमो पघुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वः किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषाम् पुरुषाणाम् येषाम् पशूनाम् माभेर्मा रोमो येषाम् किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनोः शिवा विश्वाः भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुम् रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः शमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृधिक्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्चञ्चयोश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्र प्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधीः पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधीर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरार्ते गोघ्नभूतपूरुषघ्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रोह्यदा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विवर्हाः स्तुहि श्रुतं गर्त सदंयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरामगवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमीढस्तोकायतनयाय मृडय मीढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निधाय कृत्यं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरिद विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृधि सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवाश्रितिकण्ठाः शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाश्रितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान ये पथां पथिरक्षय ऐलभृता यव्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रुकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंशश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्तिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु ते द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं भोजम्भे दधामि त्र्यम्बकै यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नव्यो अप्सु यवोषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्यो मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्नेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हियस्विषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वामहेसौ मनसाय रुद्रन्नमोभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजोऽयं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेण मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our most humble pranams at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet, esteemed elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome you all to the valedictory session of the 3-day sadhana camp organized by the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations. For more than 2,000 Samithi Convenors who have gathered here at Prasanthi Nilayam. This morning we have 3 esteemed speakers addressing the august gathering. The first speaker is Sri Satyen Sharma, Zone President for the North-East Zone States of Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, addressing us on the best practices and unique features of Seva initiatives in the North-East states of India. The second speaker is Sri Bharat Jhawar, Zone President, Central Zone States of Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, who will be highlighting the best practices and unique features of Seva activities practiced in the Central Zone States of India. He'll be followed by Sri Nimish Pandya, All India President, Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, who will be addressing us on the way forward from here, having renewed and rejuvenated ourselves with Baba's basic teachings on the real spirit of Seva in this 3-day sadhana shivir. I now call upon the first speaker for the morning session, Sri Satyen Sharma, to the dais, who will be followed by the 2 esteemed speakers. Please welcome Sri Satyen Sharma. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Sisters and brothers, my humble pranam at the lotus feet, and my bheli, my all the hills of the Northeast has given me a responsibility to give pranam at lotus feet. So first my pranam at the lotus feet from my green valley, my heel, my all the customs, my all the cultures, my all people, my all religions from the Northeast. I give pranams at the lotus feet. The subject is best practice and the unique features at the Northeast. And you can see lot many write-up from my state presidents, my IT coordinators, then from the other states, Meghalaya, they have sent. So I will not go to all this because my time is 10 minutes. And as you know, this is a place to stand and speak. You have to have some guts because as from my profession, I am a speaker. I have to speak and I have to earn. Argument is my profession. So, but the standing here and the speak, it's something different. Today morning, when I started look at my rule book, because this is when you have to speak in front of the 2,000 convenors, then you have to go through the rule book first. And when I saw the rule book, I saw the convener is in the last. They are in the down below. They are in the down, line in the down. And I thought that this conveners is put down below. Why? In the top, it is the All India President. There are zonal president. There are state president. There are district president. There are state coordinators. There are central coordinators. All of them are there. And the conveners are in the down below. Then I thought of the Kalpataru Bhiksha. Because nowadays, we are taking Kalpataru Bhiksha from the Prasanthi to our place. And whenever I took all the Kalpataru Bhiksha, everybody look at the root. Let us see how is the root. So I thought that the conveners are the root of this Kalpataru Bhiksha. And if you are good, then my all India president has nothing to worry. So keep your health, keep your mind, keep your heart, everything to Sai. Because you are the root of the organization. If you support the organization, then All India President is safe. Then State President is safe. Then District President is safe. Then all my sisters, they are safe because they are running Balbikas, all everything that Mohila here. Your root, you have to keep it. And as a zonal president, I know my limitation. So, whenever I'll give some water, I'll give it to the conveners only to let the root grows. And my Kalpataru Bhiksha is. So, from there you get the first impression about the convener. Then, that day, one of the district president, he called me, sir, there are some approval pending from the convener. I said, approval of whom? He said, approval of the state president. Where? It is in the Sai Connect. So who will give the approval of the state president? He said, it is the convener will give this approval of the state president. So you know who are you in the organization. So be careful. It is your duty as I have seen I follow all the lectures of the AIP. Then yesterday also I have seen my managing trustee R.J. Ratnakar has come to the Hindi belt there in my brother Zawar is running it very nicely. And he said that it is the convener who will keep the organization intact. And it is your duty to bring all the people together. So there I thought that what is the duty and the responsibility of the convener. From my place, my convener was supposed to come because I'll request you to pray for my state. My whole state is under water because of the flood. So most of the conveners they cancel their ticket. Please pray for my people, pray for my region. My people are in distress because of the flood. These three notes, when I have seen, everybody has written differently. My brother Falguni from the Manipur, he is a state president. He has given a beautiful note. He has given a printout. My counterpart at Meghalaya, he has given a printout. My counterpart at Barak Valley, he has given a printout. It's a big printout. But what is the gist? Gist is that everybody has written that the Baba say that the distance is no bar for the dawn of love. The lotus bloom as the sun peeps over the horizon. And as you know, the distance from Puttaputti to my last point is 3,500 kilometers. It is 3,500 kilometers, and my brother Muralija, who knows how he has reached the Barak Valley, and it is all the border states. You start with Bhutan, you go to Bangladesh, you come to China, then again Bangladesh, and then Burma in the Manipur. So all these border states are in the northeast. It is China, it is Burma, it is Bhutan, it is Bangladesh. So we are in the border of the country. So there we are getting the Sai blessings. When it started, how it started. It is in 1969, it was started when a delegation of 7 village heads from different clans of Nepha. Nepha is the northeast frontier area. Now it is Arunachal Pradesh. Is traveled to Prasanthi Nilayam as being the last halting station of the Bharat Darshan organized by Government of India. It is in 1969. And this delegation was led by Sri Rajendra Singh Patil, a farmer, well-known civil servant of Nepha. One of his sons is a neurosurgeon. He is in Delhi. The other son, he is a businessman. He is doing business now. They have come to Baba, and Baba has given them, Baba has materialized 5 discs. 5 discs Baba has materialized, given to them. Just take it back to Arunachal Pradesh, and when you construct the Dainipolo temple, you put it there. And when they have started the Dainipolo temple, they have put that 5 dishes in the Dainipolo temple, and then only they have started the construction. And that is how the Baba has given the blessing to the northeast. And then the second phase comes. It is unbelievable that Baba has given blessings to the Assam people, and it was Assam Assam is a very small place now. Earlier it is Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. All these states are called Assam. Now it is 7 sisters. So that time, the Shillong was the capital of Assam. And there the first bhajan took place. It was in 1969. And that is how it started. I will not take the name of anyone, because someone will mind that my father's name is not taken up, his father's name is taken. So I will not take anyone's name. So, but it started there in Meghalaya first, and that is how we started. I am here because of the blessings of Baba, because for the all my convenors, now today I am confessed before this, all these August gathering, that I used to sit in the fifth, that last pillar, fifth pillar, I used to sit there only. And today I am here. So it is the Baba's blessing. Baba has bring me here. And I will always be requesting you, be humble. And the Baba's blessing is always there. Baba will look into, if the Baba will see, Baba will bring you from the fifth pillar to here. That is the Baba's blessing. I will give 2 minutes to my learned All India President because I am waiting for his lecture only. I take 8 minutes out of 10 minutes. Thank you so much, Sai Ram, and I need my blessings.
ओम श्री साई राम। पूर्णावतार, प्रेमा अवतार, हम सब के हृदय में विराजित हमारे आराध्य भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा के श्री चरणों में मेरा कोटि कोटि वंदन। रिवर्ड चांसलर एंड चेयरमैन ऑफ ग्लोबल काउंसिल, रिस्पेक्टेड श्री चक्रवर्ती सर, रिस्पेक्टेड ऑल इंडिया प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस चेयरमैन ऑफ Global Council Shri Nimish Pandya ji, respected Managing Trustee of Shri Satya Sai Central Trust Ratnakar ji, respected Naganand ji, all my brothers and sisters, a very loving Sai Ram to all of you. आज मैं यहाँ पर जिस क्षेत्र का प्रतिनिधित्व करने के लिए आया हूँ, वह क्षेत्र के बारे में मैं इतना ही कह सकता हूँ कि वह भारत की पहचान है। सिर्फ उस क्षेत्र की नहीं, पूरे भारत की पहचान है। वेटरन हिंदी फिल्म डायरेक्टर एंड प्रोड्यूसर राज कपूर ने एक बहुत ही सुंदर गीत के माध्यम से उसको कहा है। उसकी एक लाइन में जरूर यहाँ गाना चाहूँगा। होठों पे सच्चाई रहती है, जहाँ दिल में सफाई रहती है। हम उस देश के वासी हैं, हम उस देश के वासी हैं, जिस देश में गंगा बहती है, जिस देश में गंगा बहती है। तो भाइयों और बहनों, मैं उस क्षेत्र का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रहा हूँ जहाँ हिमालय की ऊंची ऊंची पर्वत श्रृंखलाएं हैं, जहाँ माँ गंगा की कलकल ध्वनि बहते हुए आह्लादित कर देती है। और ऐसे पुण्य क्षेत्र को जहाँ पर आदि शंकराचार्य ने भारत की एकता और अखंडता को स्थापित करने के लिए, बनाए रखने के लिए 4 धामों में से एक धाम बद्री धाम की स्थापना की थी, और जहाँ पर हमारे आराध्य भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा स्वयं 1961 में जाकर उस स्थान को पवित्र किए, भक्तों की आंखों को तृप्त किया, और ऋषियों मुनियों को जो कि हजारों वर्षों से तपस्याएं कर रहे थे उस क्षेत्र में अपने भगवान को पाने के लिए, उन्हें गुफाओं में जाकर दर्शन दिए। ऐसा वह पवित्र स्थान उत्तराखंड है। नॉर्थ सेंट्रल जोन में उत्तराखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश और छत्तीसगढ़ 4 राज्य आते हैं। अभी आपने 7 सिस्टर्स की बात सुनी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, अब 4 भाइयों की बात सुने। 4 राज्यों में संगठन की क्या गतिविधि हो रही है उसके बारे में एक संक्षिप्त विवरण मैं आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करूंगा। उत्तराखंड, वहाँ पर एक सुंदर स्थान ऋषिकेश है, ठीक गंगा के किनारे लक्ष्मण झूला के पास भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा की एक स्कूल श्री सत्य साई विद्या विहार है, जो कि विगत कई वर्षों से कार्यरत है और उस क्षेत्र के जाने माने स्कूलों में से एक है। वर्तमान में अखिल भारतीय अध्यक्ष जी की इनिशिएटिव पे वहाँ पर एक वेद पाठशाला का काम प्रारंभ हुआ है और मैं भगवान बाबा से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि भारत की संस्कृति के लिए बचाने के लिए, उसे आगे बढ़ाने के लिए स्वामी ने अवतरण लिया और निश्चित रूप से इस वेद पाठशाला को भी भगवान आपकी आशीर्वाद और ब्लेसिंग सदा मिलती रहे। इसी क्षेत्र में सन 2007 से हिमालय के क्षेत्र में जो गिरी कंदराओं में जो लोग रहते हैं, जो कि आज भी वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण से चिकित्सा सुविधाओं का फ़ायदा नहीं ले पाते हैं, जब कैटरेक्ट के आँखों के ऑपरेशन की बात आती है तो दूर जाते हैं। उन लोगों को सत्य साई सेवा संगठन के लोग विगत सन 2007 से अभी तक प्रेरित करके 25,000 कैटरेक्ट ऑपरेशंस कराने में हमारे भाइयों ने मदद की है। भगवान के भारतीय संस्कृति के संदेश को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए देहरादून में 1997 से 97 से कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी पर गीता के श्लोकों की रेसिटेशन पर एक कंपटीशन आयोजित होती है और वह अपने क्षेत्र में एक प्रतिष्ठित प्रतियोगिता है, जिसके कारण सत्य साई सेवा संगठन को बहुत उस क्षेत्र में रिकॉग्निशन है। भाइयों बहनों, ये क्लाइमेट चेंज का टाइम है। भगवान ने हमेशा प्रकृति, स्वामी ने कहा है कि नेचर इज वेस्चर ऑफ गॉड, उस प्रकृति को संभालने का हमारा दायित्व है। स्वामी कई बार कहते हैं कि पंच भूतों में, पंच तत्वों में इम्बैलेंस की वजह से ही नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज़ होती हैं। उन्हें बचाने के लिए हमें पर्यावरण पर ध्यान देना पड़ेगा और उसी क्षेत्र में हमारे उत्तराखंड के भाई लोग लगे हैं। हिमालय की वादियों में वर्षों से पौधारोपण कर रहे हैं। मैं आज यहाँ पर उपस्थित 2000 से अधिक समिति संयोजकों से भी निवेदन करूँगा कि आप सब अपने क्षेत्रों में जाकर इस पौधारोपण के कार्यक्रम को, पर्यावरण को बचाने के लिए अवश्य संचालित करें। दूसरा प्रदेश है उत्तर प्रदेश। यह काशी विश्वनाथ का धाम है और जब बनारस के गंगा घाट पर सायंकालीन गंगा आरती में आप भगवान श्री सत्य साईं बाबा के जयकारे की आवाज़ गूंजेगी, आपके सुनेंगे आप, तो आपका मन, हृदय खुशी से झूम उठेगा। प्रतिदिन गंगा के घाट पर सायंकालीन आरती में एक बड़ा बैनर और एक बड़ा पोस्टर लगा हुआ है भगवान बाबा का। वहाँ बनारस के गंगा घाट पर प्रतिदिन गंगा आरती के बाद भगवान का जयकारा होता है। उत्तर प्रदेश में लखनऊ में किंग जॉर्ज मेडिकल हॉस्पिटल में पीरियडिक बच्चों का जो एक कैंसर का वार्ड है, पेडियाट्रिक्स, उस वार्ड के बच्चे पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में वहाँ पर आके एडमिट होते हैं। उन्हें सुविधा प्रदान करने के लिए, भोजन आदि प्रदान करने के लिए हमारे भाई लोग संगठन के 2005 से सतत कार्यरत हैं। अभी विगत दिनों जोनल प्रेसिडेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने के बाद जब मैं उत्तर प्रदेश गया, लखनऊ, तो वहाँ मैंने देखा कि उम्र कोई बाध्यता नहीं है, कोई बाइंडिंग नहीं है। जिस उम्र के साईं संगठन के सदस्यगण उस अस्पताल की सेवा कर रहे थे, मुझे लगा कि निश्चित रूप से युवाओं को तो प्रेरित करना है, परंतु साथ में उन वेटरन साईं डिवोटीज़ का जो कि फाउंडेशन है हमारे संगठन की, जो आज भी इतना काम कर रहे हैं, उनसे प्रेरणा लेकर ही हमें आगे बढ़ना है। ऐसा मैंने उस दिन एक सबक लिया। भाइयों और बहनों, तीसरा राज्य हमारा मध्य प्रदेश। यह मध्य प्रदेश महाकालेश्वर और ओंकारेश्वर ज्योतिर्लिंग का क्षेत्र है। यहाँ पर सन 1982 में स्वामी आए और उसके पूर्व भी भोपाल में श्री सत्य साई महिला महाविद्यालय को स्थापित करने के लिए स्वामी ने प्रेरणा दी और 1974 से आज तक श्री सत्य साई कॉलेज फॉर वीमेन भोपाल में एक नई प्रतिष्ठा के साथ काम कर रहा है। ये भगवान आपका आशीर्वाद ही है। मध्य प्रदेश में चलने वाले सभी शैक्षणिक संस्थान श्री सत्य साई ट्रस्ट मध्य प्रदेश के द्वारा गवर्न होते हैं। उसी का एक प्रकल्प है श्री सत्य साई विद्या विहार इंदौर स्कूल। पूरे भारत की 10 बेहतरीन सीबीएसई स्कूल में से एक इंदौर का श्री सत्य साई विद्या विहार है, जो कि पूर्ण रूप से भगवान के सिद्धांतों पर चलने वाला स्कूल। उसका एक उदाहरण मैं आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करना चाहूँगा। जब कोविड महामारी में सर्वत्र हाहाकार मचा हुआ था, उस समय कम्युनिटी किचन की बात आई और इंदौर में श्री सत्य साई स्कूल में उस कम्युनिटी किचन को स्थापित किया गया। न सिर्फ पेशेंट को बल्कि उन डॉक्टर्स को, उन पुलिस कर्मियों को जो कि 24 घंटे अपने कामों में लगे रहते थे, उनको डोर स्टेप पर जाकर यदि भगवान का प्रसाद दिया तो वह सत्य साई सेवा संगठन मध्य प्रदेश इंदौर के लोगों ने और सत्य साई विद्या विहार की टीम ने। इसी प्रकार की एक और स्कूल भोपाल में भी संचालित है, जो कि भारत हैवी इलेक्ट्रिकल्स, जो एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया अंडरटेकिंग है, उसके कर्मचारियों, उसके लेबर क्लास के बच्चों की पढ़ाई के लिए है। वह भी भगवान स्वयं वहाँ पर गए उस स्कूल में, और आज वह भी संचालित है। वहाँ पर एक बालवाड़ी भी संचालित है, जिसे पूर्ण रिवाइव करने का प्रयास हम लोग कर रहे हैं। इसी प्रकार एक स्कूल गुना में भी बहुत अच्छे से संचालित है। ये फॉर्मल एजुकेशन के अलावा अभी अभी 2 महीने पहले विद्या वाहिनी की टीम ने नीति आयोग के साथ एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट के रूप में विदिशा को पहचान दी, और विदिशा में विद्या वाहिनी के माध्यम से 30 स्कूलों को इंटीग्रेटेड एजुकेशन जो है भगवान बाबा का, उसके माध्यम से शिक्षा दी जा रही है। इसके लिए मैं सेंट्रल ट्रस्ट का भी हृदय से आभारी हूँ, जो विद्या वाहिनी टीम के माध्यम से मध्य प्रदेश में विदिशा में ये इस प्रकार के वैल्यू एजुकेशन सिस्टम को प्रारंभ कर पाए। EHV प्रोग्राम एक अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, हम सब जानते हैं, और उसके अंतर्गत मध्य प्रदेश में सत्य साई स्कूल के अतिरिक्त भी बहुत सी स्कूल ली हुई हैं जहाँ एजुकेशन इन ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ प्रोग्राम चल रहा है। भाइयों और बहनों, इस समय एक बात मैं जरूर यहाँ कहना चाहूँगा। मध्य प्रदेश में बाल विकास आंदोलन बहुत सशक्त हुआ है। इसके लिए हमारी बहनें उस बात की जिसको कहते हैं धन्यवाद की पात्र हैं। उन्होंने इतना अच्छा माहौल बनाया हुआ है। एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंस, वैसे तो सभी बाल विकास के बच्चे एलुमनाई हमारे यहाँ कुछ न कुछ अच्छे स्थानों पर पहुँचे हैं, पर अभी रिसेंटली लास्ट मंथ 29 मई को जो एक रिजल्ट आया, यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन यूपीएससी जो एग्ज़ाम कंडक्ट करता है सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए, IAS, IPS, IRS के लिए, उसमें एक बाल विकास के पूर्व छात्र कार्तिकेय जायसवाल ने 35th रैंक ली। और उस बात के लिए बाल विकास बच्चों के साथ मैं श्री सत्य साई स्कूल प्रशांति निलयम कैंपस के टीचर्स और प्रिंसिपल्स को भी बधाई देना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि उस बालक ने 11-12 की पढ़ाई अपनी 4 वर्ष पूर्व यहीं से प्रारंभ की थी। उस बालक के द्वारा 35th रैंक लेने के बाद जब उसका ऑल इंडिया फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में 35th रैंक लिया, जब उसे ऑल इंडिया रेडियो ने प्रश्न किया कि आपकी सफलता का राज क्या है, तो उन्होंने भगवान बाबा के प्रति कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित की, उन्होंने अपने माता पिता के प्रति कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित की, उन्होंने अपने बाल विकास के गुरुओं के प्रति कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित की, और उन्होंने प्रशांति निलयम कैंपस के अपने टीचर्स के भी प्रति कृतज्ञता। यह है हमारा बाल विकास आंदोलन। ये आगे और बढ़ेगा। ऐसे कितने ही बच्चे MBA के कोर्स में, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी के कोर्स में, मेडिकल के कोर्स में, और सब खास बात यह है कि सब भगवान के प्रति अपनी कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित करते हैं। भाइयों बहनों, सेवा गतिविधियाँ बहुत सी हैं। जबलपुर में टेलीमेडिसिन सेंटर चल रहा है, जो कि श्री सत्य साई इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हायर मेडिकल साइंसेज के प्रशांति निलयम के सहयोग से चल रहा है। आज वहाँ पर SRP का भी हमने शुरुआत की है। रीवा में कोठी में एक VTC वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग सेंटर स्थापित किया है, जिसमें कि कोविड के दौर में भी मास्क निर्माण का काम चलता रहा, और आज बहुत सी बहनों को वहाँ पे रोजगार मिला। अभी अभी मुझे स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट बता रहे थे कि 3 महिलाओं को मुद्रा लोन लेकर वो स्वरोजगार की ओर बढ़ चुकी हैं, वो कोठी सेंटर से ही। खंडवा में गौशाला, ग्वालियर में गौशाला, और उसके अलावा छिंदवाड़ा में ग्रामीण पेयजल की योजना, बैतूल में पवित्र ताप्ती नदी की सफाई, होशंगाबाद में पवित्र पुण्य सलीला माँ नर्मदा की सफाई। ऐसे अन्य कितने ही प्रोजेक्ट्स मध्य प्रदेश में चल रहे हैं। एक विशेष प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में आपको जरूर बताना चाहूँगा कि जब कोविड के दौर में सर्वत्र परेशानियों का दौर चल रहा था, तब ऑल इंडिया प्रेसिडेंट ने साधना आराधना का एक कार्यक्रम दिया। वो 30 दिन चला, परंतु वो ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम इतना पॉपुलर हो गया पूरे हिंदी भाषा क्षेत्र में, यूट्यूब पर मध्य प्रदेश के, कि उसको हमें 96वें वर्ष में भगवान के 96 डेज तक कंटिन्यू करना पड़ा। प्रातःकालीन उस 1 घंटे के सत्र में ओंकारम सुप्रभातम भगवान की आवाज़ में 9 बार गायत्री अष्टोत्तर शतनामावली जब लोगों ने सुनी, तो मैं जब उत्तराखंड में अभी प्रवास पर गया तो कई लोगों ने कहा कि इस ज्योति ध्यान को तो हमने पहली बार किया, इस ओंकार को, सुप्रभातम को, अष्टोत्तर शतनामावली को इतना विधिवत तरीके से हम पहली बार किए। इसके लिए भी मैं रेडियो साईं को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा जो उन्होंने वेरियस क्लिपिंग्स हमें उपलब्ध कराई। अंत में मैं छत्तीसगढ़ की बात करना चाहूँगा। बहुत प्यारा राज्य, प्राकृतिक वातावरण से पूरा छाया हुआ है, वनवासी बेल्ट है, आदिवासी लोग ज़्यादा संख्या में, ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है, परंतु बहुत सुंदर काम वर्षों से हो रहा है। ये वल्लभाचार्य का प्राकट्य स्थान है, जहाँ चंपारण करके उस स्थान पर एक वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग सेंटर वर्षों पहले चालू किया था, और उस वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग सेंटर का ये परिणाम है कि आज बड़ी संख्या में उस क्षेत्र के आसपास के गांव के लोग भगवान के यहाँ प्रशांति सेवा में आते हैं। साथ में वहाँ पर 3 और नए स्किल डेवलपमेंट सेंटर्स भी डेवलप किए जा चुके हैं। इसके अलावा एक विशेष बात, सतत कैसी सेवा चलती है उसके अंतर्गत बताना चाहूँगा कि 25 सालों से लगातार दुर्ग समिति ऑर्थोपेडिक वार्ड में अपनी सेवाएं दे रही है, जिसे पूरे क्षेत्र में रिकग्निशन प्राप्त है। ऐसी और भी सेवाएं स्वामी हमसे कराते रहें। भगवान से एक प्रार्थना है, आप समिति संयोजक हैं, हिंदी में संयोजक का मतलब होता है जोड़ना, और हम सब यहाँ एक इसी काम के लिए आए हैं कि हमें यहाँ से ऊर्जा लेकर जाना है अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में, और ऐसे सब लोगों को भगवान के इस मिशन के बारे में बताना है जो आज तक इस बात को नहीं जान पाए कि सत्य साई संगठन और सत्य साई मिशन क्या है। आपका काम संयोजन का है। मुझे पूरी आशा है कि हमारे अखिल भारतीय अध्यक्ष जी ने जो प्रोग्राम बनाया है, इसके माध्यम से आप यहाँ पर जो 2-3 दिनों में आपने जो सुना है उसको जाकर अपने अपने क्षेत्र में आप आयोजन करेंगे साधना शिविरों का, और अधिक से अधिक लोगों को भगवान के इस मिशन से जोड़कर अपने जीवन की सार्थकता प्रदान करने में मदद करेंगे। जय साई राम।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our most humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, on behalf of the entire Sri Satya Sai Seva Organizations India, the Sri Satya Sai Global Council, and all the members of the Sai organization all over the world, we take this opportunity to offer our humble salutations at the divine lotus feet and pray for His grace that the entire world under the divine umbrella of the Sri Satya Sai Global Council benefits from the shower of grace and blessings, and all mankind comes to terms with the fact that the real path is towards the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master. And all of us are blessed in current times to be on the path of sadhana. It's a lovely moment, a lovely occasion, brothers and sisters. It is His grace and His love for each one of us that after the great pandemic, we are able to come together at Prasanthi Nilayam and be at His lotus feet and try to recollect and remember everything that He said to us. Not only remember and recollect everything that He said to us, but make a firm commitment and a promise to Him that we, in due credence to the grace and love that He has showered upon us, we will definitely ensure that we embark upon the path of sadhana, the path of following His footprints. Dear brothers and sisters, the entire theme of this conference, therefore, was to follow His footprints and go back to basics and to ensure that we strictly do what he told us to do. Keep the focus on his message, because the best way we can adore the Master is to put his message into practice. It is one thing to adore the Master and his form. It is one thing to adore his literature. It is one thing to adore the various incidents that come in our life. But the greatest adoration to my mind can be only when each one of us puts into practice with great sincerity, with great commitment, with great faith, everything that he has said in our day-to-day life, and that is the greatest adoration to the Divine Master. It is indeed a very beautiful sight to see 2,000 Samithi Convenors of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization assemble at Prasanthi Nilayam. It is all his grace. It is his will that we are all here. If it wasn't his will, we couldn't be here at all. But there is a purpose why he has assembled here at his lotus feet. And that is to ensure that we understand. We take a fresh guard in our path forward, in our way forward. First thing, brothers and sisters, I think in the last 3 days we have realized after sitting through all the sessions of 11 topics is that the truth is that the Divine Master is the real doer. He is the puppeteer who makes us dance. And to realize that he is the puppeteer and dance with perfection to whatever role he has given us is our first mandate as our path to journey that we go forward. This faith in the Divine Master is a substratum as to why we should be here and why we are here. I don't think we can ever imagine that we'll be here if we didn't have the faith in the Divine Master. Faith that he is the ultimate, faith that he is the doer, faith that he is the prompter, faith that he has written your script and my script in my life and all that is watching and unfolding. Aligning ourselves to the divine will, aligning ourselves to his will is really the path to sadhana for which he came to tell us that not only he is God, but you and I are also God. In order this journey begins to realize that we are also his reflection, he gave us this beautiful platform of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization. This platform, really speaking, is a platform which is born out of grace and love for each one of us, that we embark upon this platform, practice, participate in this beautiful thing called the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Samithi. Brothers and sisters, the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Samithi, really speaking, is a great workshop for man to ameliorate himself. Coming here itself is grace. Being able to join the Samithi is grace and blessings of millions of years that has befallen upon us, that we are able to be a part of a Sri Sathya Sai Seva Samithi. Bhagavan has very clearly said, I did not create this organization because I need it. I've created this organization out of my love for you so that you can participate in this Samithi and strengthen your one-to-one relationship with me. Brothers and sisters, when they say to strengthen the one-to-one relationship of man with God, means it is the path of sadhana that Bhagavan expects. Bhagavan expects that in every breath of our life, we give credit to Bhagavan, we recognize his presence, and we adopt the fact that everything that happens has to happen as per his divine will. The action is ours, the grace is his, and the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Samithi is an amazing platform. As Samithi Convenors in the last 3 days, we have recontemplated, we have reasserted our faith and firm belief that this organization is fundamentally meant for people who want to change themselves and not change anybody else. I often remember a great quote from George Bernard Shaw when he says, why fool must you improve the whole world? Improve yourself and there shall be one fool automatically less in this world. And that is the fact of life. Swami wanted that if each one changes and becomes divine and becomes useful to society, society automatically will change. Jyot se jyot jalate chalo, Prema ki Ganga bahate chalo. Therefore, we should never have this grandiose program that we are going to change the world. We should never have the grandiose program that we will do this for society, we will do that for society. That is not the game of the Sathya Sai organization. The plan of the Satsai organization is each one of us is committed to improve ourselves, so that when we improve, the fragrance of divinity will spread all over society, and that's where the change will happen. And therefore we are very unique. We are not like any other organization, because we are a platform gifted by Bhagwan. Bhagwan gave his name to this platform. Nowhere in the history of mankind, any avatar has created an organization and given his name to the organization with an assurance that participate and you are mine and I am you. Never ever it has happened in the history of mankind. Therefore, we as Samithi Convenors in the last 2-3 days, we have made a commitment to ourselves that the Samithi is the bedrock, as my brother Satyan Sharma mentioned that it is a root. It is the culmination, it is the strength of the entire edifice. If Bhagwan wanted that his message has to spread all over the world, brothers and sisters, he could have done it in a jiffy. But he has given you and me the chance that not only we participate on this platform, but we ensure that we bring more and more people into our fold by our own inspiration, by our own action, by our thought, word and deed which are aligned with divinity. We inspire other people that in this so-called world of strife, of negativity, of great sorrow, there is an oasis. And that oasis is a fountain of love. And that oasis is called the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization for the entire world. Brothers and sisters, we have now committed in the last 3 days to realign ourselves. Our Samithis are going to be the strong points. The Samithi convener is the kingpin. And all of us, the entire edifice, whatever we do, we will do through the Samithi. Whatever we do, we will use the platform of the Samithi. There will be no action other than through the Samithi. There were all those lone rangers who think that they can create projects and they can work projects on their own without the help of the Samithi are not welcome in the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization. Everyone will work together. Everyone will strive together, work through the Samithi, strengthen the roots is the way forward from today. Brothers and sisters, we are also very committed in the last 3 days as we've gone through that. That the 5 fingers that Swami said, that's our focus. As we go further now, we want to focus on bhajans. It is bhajans that Bhagwan started that brought millions of people to Prasanthi Nilayam. And the bhajans that you and I will do in the Samithi will bring millions to the Samithis and make every Samithi a Prasanthi Nilayam reflection is the game of the powerful tool of Satya Sai bhajans. I've heard many great saints and rishis who have been yearning to come to Bhagwan say in their discourses that there is nothing in the world as soothing, as sublimating as the Sri Satya Sai bhajans. And therefore, as we go forward, we are definitely committed to increasing Satya Sai bhajans. And the target, if at all I want to use the word which is thoroughly incorrect, the goal, I would say, of every Samithi is to see that from today to the next centenary goalpost, bhajans will increase like prolific flowers that grow on a plant. Then the blossom comes with so many flowers. Bhajans will be beautiful flowers in our Samithi, and that's where our real focus is going to be. The second most important thing that Bhagwan mentioned was the Bal Vikas. Brothers and sisters, our goal now is, we have realized in the last 2-3 days that as Brother Bharat Jawar mentioned, what a Bal Vikas training can do to the personality of a child. It's an amazing thing. We've seen this for the last 50 years. But why are we not focusing on it? Because we always thought that the Bal Vikas was a Mahila Vibhaga activity. No, brothers and sisters. Today we've made a commitment that Bal Vikas is not one activity. Bal Vikas is the very purpose of the divine mission, where younger children must be transformed. And everybody's duty it is to see that we ensure that Bal Vikas grows with great glory. We want every mother to become a Bal Vikas guru. We want every child to get the flavor of Bal Vikas. Because what Bal Vikas does is when the child goes through the 9 years program, when he becomes a young man, he is a great practitioner. He has the capacity, he has the power that when the mind says something and the conscience says something, this child, this boy, this girl, with great confidence says, I will follow my conscience and not my mind. And that is the personality of lions that Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba wanted as far as young men and women is concerned. That is the kind of society Bhagwan wanted, and therefore we will strive in that direction. Spirituality is an essential part. We are a spiritual organization which does seva. We are not an organization that does seva dehorse of spirituality. Because seva, dehorse of spirituality or faith in Bhagwan and surrender to Bhagwan can only give ego, which will be like the snake of 99. It will bring you down to 0 and never let you reach 100. In the entire account book of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, no activity which is based on the foundation of ego is even registered in that register. It is only those activities which are totally surrendered, where the doer effaces his identity. It is those activities which are registered in the register of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The choice is ours now, that every time the mind troubles us and forces us to create that identity with the work that we do, or the identity with what we are doing, remember, all the effort is waste. Nothing gets registered in the divine books of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And that is the point that we need to understand, that we need to say. Therefore, sadhana is very important. The 9 points of code of conduct is a sutra. Bhagavan has said that the 9 points of code of conduct is a must for everybody who embarks upon this platform. Nobody is exempt from this. Not even the All India President, not the State President, nobody is exempt. And the more important, the Samithi Convener must be the strongest practitioner of the 9 points of code of conduct. This is the sutra. Bhagavan has guaranteed you and me that follow the 9 points of code of conduct, and the road to his lotus feet is straight like a straight line without any hindrance. Why would we not want to follow that path? When we say that Bhagavan is our beloved Bhagavan, why would we not want to follow that path? I think we all want to, and we are all committed to do that. Brothers and sisters, as we go further, the entire seva. Seva is an attitude. Seva is an attitude that we have learned in the last 3 days in the topics that we have discussed. That seva is not something that we do for somebody else. Seva is something that we do for our own self. Because when we do it, we want to feel that Bhagwan is working through us. And Bhagwan is doing it. And also when the seva is over, we want to see Bhagwan in the other person. And we want to be dipped into the bliss of knowing that Bhagwan in me is serving Bhagwan. There is no difference between he and I, and we are one. The goal of all activity in the Satsai organization, brothers and sisters, is to get that experience of unity with God. To get that experience that God resides inside me and resides in everybody else. And therefore, the most important part of the 9 points of code of conduct is, and I'm sure all my brothers, Samithi Convenors, State President, all are with me when I say this on the platform of Prasanthi Nilayam, that from today onwards, we will have nobody in the Satya Sai Seva organization criticizing anybody in front or behind their back. We will never criticize anybody, and this is the pledge we take today and offer at the divine lotus feet. Whenever your mind tells you that I want to say something bad about somebody else, close your eyes and beg pardon from Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Swami, you are in that person. I don't want to open my mouth. You take care of him. Prayer is the biggest thing. When your mind troubles you, the Satsai Sai organization has given us the strongest tool of prayer. Pray and everything happens. Pray and God will manifest. Pray and God will answer. Let's have this faith that Swami is listening to us every second, every moment of our life. Swami is listening to us. This faith is important. Brothers and sisters, as we go down, back to the roots and simple things. Seva is an attitude. We want families to join us. It is one thing to do 10 people doing Narayan Seva for 12 months. And the other thing to do 100 people doing Narayan Seva every day is a difference. The Satsai Seva Organization Charter says one of the duties of the Samithi Convener, and my special urge and prayer to all my brother Samithi Conveners and some sisters who are there, that we must plan our work. We have now decided to plan our work so that in our activities, more and more new people can join us. That is the success of the Satsai organization. The report of one person doing 100 things is not a good report. 100 people doing one thing is the best report that a Samithi Convener can ever give. And that is the platform that we want to work on, brothers and sisters, and that is the future. Our way forward are these points which I am sharing with you, which we have learned from the discussions of the last 3 days. Henceforth, brothers and sisters, we are going to ensure that the Samithi Center becomes a place where when a new man enters, he should feel the presence of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
the humility, the love that creates in a Samiti center, the way we behave with each other should be as beautiful as we used to do when Bhagwan was here in the physical form. You and I never got angry at Bhagwan. Did you have the guts to do that? You and I never lied to Bhagwan. Did you and I have the guts to do that? Did we get angry or did we misuse any words when Bhagwan was present? No. Why? Why should we do that now? In the ignorance that physical form of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba now is inside each one of us, and therefore we do not have the right to do anything which we did not do in his physical form. Bhagwan is always with us. And this is the greatest opportunity in the Satya Sai Seva Samiti to experience the voice of God in his omnipresence, the hand of God in his omnipresence, the love of God in his omnipresence, and hugging and holding us to him very close in his omnipresence. And that gives each one of us the power of a lion to become a self-confident and a self-righteous person where we can stand on our 2 feet with holding Bhagwan's hand. If the whole world leaves you, don't worry, because Bhagwan will never leave you and me, and that is the promise that he has given to all the members who joined the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization, and that is the difference. Brothers and sisters, as we go forward and you go back home, we pray to Bhagwan that he blesses all of us, that the same enthusiasm that we have felt here, the same devotion that we have felt here, we carry with us to our Samitis. Let the fragrance be in every Samiti center. And that's where we pray to him to guide us. As we go back home and reach safely, plunge into the Satya Sai Seva Samiti action immediately. I want to remember one assurance that Bhagwan gave all of us. Bhagwan says, and it applies to Samithi Convenors, to the All India President, to the trustees, to the office bearers, you do my work and I will do your work. And when Bhagwan does your work, nobody in the earth can do better than what he can do for you and me. No wife can do for husband, no husband can do for wife, no parents can do for children, no children can do for parents, no friends can do for anybody as good as what Bhagwan can do for you and me is the assurance that is the ultimate goal of life, and that's what we need to look at and go further. Brothers and sisters, let's go back, and as we go back, my earnest request to you as an All India President is that all my brother state presidents, all my brother zonal presidents will, by the end of August 2022, you will have similar sadhana shibirs at your Samiti level or a district level, where all the brothers who could not come now will be invited with great love and affection, and all the conveners of the bhajan mandalis who could not come now, you will ensure that all the 11 topics are as beautifully discussed with them once again as a repetition, revision for the people who have come here, and for the people who have not come, it will be a session. Our outreach is perfect. We want Sathya Sai organization is not only meant for the so-called Sai devotees. Sathya Sai organization is meant for every human being, irrespective of color, caste, creed or religion. And therefore it is our fundamental duty to invite more and more people to enjoy the bliss of Swami by participating in the activities of the Sai organization. That is the outreach that we want. Our success of expansion of the Sri Satya Sai organization is not the number of activities, but it is the number of more and more people that join us in our activities. That is the mark of success, and that is the evaluation. And I want my brother Samithi Convenors to make a note of this. That's what Swami has told us. It is not a private club. It is not a club of Sai devotees. It is a platform open to everyone. It is like that multi-religious temple, multi-religious center where anybody can walk in with the same enthusiasm as you and I walked in when Swami called us. And that is the spirit with which we want to work as far as expansion is concerned. Come, brothers and sisters, let's take a pledge before Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba today. The pledge is a commitment that Swami, we know what you told us. Swami, we have enjoyed your bliss. Swami, we know you mean the best for us. Probably somewhere we are defaulting in our commitment, in our process of controlling our mind and sticking to your path. We today reaffirm ourselves that we will be a part and follow the divine footsteps. We'll go back to the basics and not imagine great things to boost our egos. That is the situation. I would wish that each one of you sit straight. Sit straight, because human beings are supposed to sit straight.
Close your eyes and put your right hand on your chest. And as I say the pledge, just say it silently in your mind. Swami, save me from any act of commission or omission which will affect adversely the three qualifications you have laid down, namely, I have to be eager aspirant for spiritual progress. I must have full faith in the name that the organization bears, and in spreading the name in the manner suited to His Majesty and His message. I must be worthy to have one recognition as a good person. Bless me, O Sai, with the skill, intelligence, and enthusiasm necessary for the task. I am dedicating myself to carry out for my own uplift. Guide me along the correct path. Shower on me your grace so that I may earn a fair name in this attempt. Guard me from temptation and wrong steps. Om Shri Sai Ram. Let's all say together, Om Shri Sai Ram. With these few words, I have the great pleasure now to play the theme song of this conference. I would wish all of you to listen peacefully, because I wish that all of us carry this tune, these words, and this song back home. Verily, this song is the theme song for every Samithi convener. It is our life, it is our breath. Come, let's hear this beautiful song. Jai Sai Ram.
तेरे दिव्य नाम की साई ये सेवा समिति, तन मन से जो जुड़ जाए पाए वो परम गति, पाए वो परम गति। तेरे दिव्य नाम की साई ये सेवा समिति, तन मन से जो जुड़ जाए आए वो परम गति। मानव को माधव बनाने की ये कार्यशाला, जात धर्म के भेद से परे प्रेम की ये मधुशाला, प्रेम की ये मधुशाला। मानव सेवा आध्यात्मिकता आधार, निज मूल का संधान, इस समिति का आह्वान, इस समिति का आह्वान। श्री सत्य साई सेवा समिति को जीवन है समर्पण, हर पल इस जीवन का बने साई का दर्पण। श्री सत्य साई सेवा समिति को जीवन है समर्पण, हर पल इस जीवन का बने साई का दर्पण। सूत्रों का चार है साधना भारी, 9 सूत्रों का चार है साधना भारी। प्रभु चरण मिलन की पर यही पक्की तैयारी। परम सौभाग्य हमारा हमें चुना है कर्णधार। परम सौभाग्य हमारा हमें चुना है कर्णधार। मानव तारण कसाई ने दिया है दिव्य भाव, दिया है दिव्य भाव। श्री सत्य साई सेवा समिति को जीवन है समर्पण। हर पल इस जीवन का बने साई का दर्पण। श्री सत्य साई सेवा समिति को जीवन है समर्पण। हर पल इस जीवन का बने साई का दर्पण। श्री सत्य साई सेवा समिति को जीवन है समर्पण। हर पल इस जीवन का बने साई का दर्पण।
It's a lovely summarization of what the Satya Sai Seva Samiti is, and I'm sure we'll take it back. I now have a very pleasant duty to perform. All of you know that just before Guru Purnima comes the beautiful festival of Ashadi Ekadashi. And Ashadi Ekadashi is a festival that relates to the Panduranga, the Vithala, the Vitthal Rakumai temple of Pandharpur is a place where so potent it is that Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, his face would be radiant as a Vithala of our modern times whenever the Ashadi festival came. This time, it is a great privilege that the Pandharpur committee of Lord Vithala and Rakumai have given us permission to relive the memory of the day when Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba personally visited Pandharpur to the Vithala temple. When Bhagwan went there, Bhagwan immediately noticed that there was no Mangal Sutra on the neck of Rakumai. And Bhagwan says, Mangal Sutra kidhar hai? And he materialized the Mangal Sutra and gave it on the idol of Rukmani Ma. And for this time, this year, as probably the divine sankalp is, very spontaneously, the authorities at the trust at Pandurang Vitthal temple in Pandharpur were very, very happy to recollect this memory and have given us permission that the Panduranga of Prasanthi Nilayam should once again send the beautiful clothes of Lord Vithala and a new Mangal Sutra to be gifted at the temple of Pandharpur so that it can be put on the idols of Lakuma and Vithoba on the glorious occasion of Ashadi Ekadashi. I now invite Brother Ratnakar and Chakravarti uncle to come forward and be the representatives of the Divine Master and hand it over to Sri Ramesh Sawant and Sri Anup Saxena so that they can carry it back to the Pandharpur festival. And all these clothes will be adorned on the statues of Rakumai and Vithala on the Ashadi Ekadashi day, which is a great privilege and shows the unity of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba and Lord Vithala.
Om Shri Sai Ram will now be blessed with Bhagwan's divine message for all the Samithi Convenors. Sai Ram.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, ఎవరు వర్ణించినా లేక తిరస్కరించినా, పొగడినా తెగడినా పొంగకు కుంగకు, నీవు నిజమైనటువంటి భావము చేత నీ సేవలు యందు నీవు పాల్గొని నీ జన్మను నీవు సార్థకం గావించుకొని నీ దైవత్వాన్ని నీవు అనుభవించుటకై మీరు ప్రతిజ్ఞ పట్టాలి.
Whether you get praise or blame, without sinking or without being elated, you must regard your service as your duty and you must fructify your life by service.
ముఖ్యముగా ఈ సమావేశంలో నిర్ణయించినటువంటి యొక్క నిర్ణయాలు కేవలము కాగితాల్లో చేర్చినంత మాత్రం ప్రయోజనం లేదు.
There is no use putting the decisions which we have reached in this conference only on paper.
కర్మ స్వరూపాన్ని ధరించాలి.
They should be given a form of practice.
ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడాను అనుభూతి లోపల మనం ఈ యొక్క ఆశయాలను నిరూపిస్తూ రావాలి.
Everyone should establish these decisions in practice.
కొందరు కొన్ని సమయమునందు మన నిబంధనలు ఉల్లంఘించిపోతుంటారు.
Some people on some occasions they transgress.
లేక మన యొక్క ఆశయాలు కానీ మన యొక్క కార్యక్రమాలు కానీ సక్రమంగా జరపలేని వారు ఉంటుంటారు.
Also, some of them are unable to take the progress according to our ideals and our decisions.
కొంతమంది మనం అధ్యక్షులుగా ఉంటుండి కూడాను సమావేశాల్లో పాల్గొనలేకపోతుంటారు.
Some others, holding the position of an office bearer or president, are unable to take part in the program.
ఇలాంటి వారు ఉండటం చేత మిగిలినటువంటి వారికి కూడా కొంత నిరుత్సాహం కూడా జరుగుతూ ఉంటారు.
Because there are such people, others also get disappointed sometimes.
మనము ధనంతో కానీ లేక అధికారంతో కానీ పదవులతో కానీ మనకు అవసరం లేదు.
We have no connection with wealth, authority or position.
ప్రేమతో మనకు పని ఉంటుండాలి.
Our work is with love.
ప్రేమ చేతనే మనం సర్వులు కూడాను ఈ యొక్క కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్గొనాలి.
It is with love that all of us should participate in these programs.
ఈ ప్రేమకు మించినటువంటి బలము, ప్రేమకు మించినటువంటి ధనము, ప్రేమకు మించినటువంటి పదవి మరొకటి లేదు.
There is no strength stronger than the strength of Prema. There is no wealth higher than the wealth of Prema.
దివ్యాత్మ స్వరూపులారా, ముఖ్యంగా సత్యసాయి సంస్థలలో చేరినటువంటి సభ్యులందరూ కూడాను నిరహంకారులై జీవించాలి.
Divyatma Swarupas, importantly, all those who join the Satya Sai organizations should live an humble life without
నేను స్టేట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అని కానీ లేక డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అని కానీ సమితి అధ్యక్షుడని కానీ ఏమాత్రం కూడా నువ్వు గర్వాన్ని అక్కడ ప్రదర్శించకూడదు.
One should not exhibit pride that he is the president of the state or that he is the president of the district.
ఈ అహంకారం ఉండినంత వరకు కూడా నీవు అధికారి కానే కాదు. కనుక ఇలాంటి అహంకారం ఉండినటువంటి వారిని ఈ అధికారం నుంచి తప్పించడం మంచిది.
Such as those who have such pride should be removed from their position of authority.
నీవు కేవలం సేవకుడిగా నీవు తయారు కావాలి కానీ నాయకుడిగా నీవు తయారు కాకూడదు.
You should make yourself into a servant and not a leader.
కింకరుడైనటువంటి వాడే శంకరుడిగా మారగలడు.
It's only one who is a kinkara can transform.
మొట్టమొదట మనలో ఉండినటువంటి అహంకారాన్ని క్రమక్రమేణా తగ్గించుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి.
Gradually, the first thing to do is to remove the ego that is present in us.
ఇంకా రెండవది అసూయ.
The second one is jealousy.
ఒకరి మంచిని చూచి లేక ఒకరి పేరు ప్రతిష్టను చూచి మరొకరు కళ్ళు ఎర్రగా చేసుకుంటుంటారు.
Looking at the good of another person or looking at the reputation which another person gets, people feel jealous.
ఈ అసూయ చెడ్డ రోగం.
This jealousy is a great disease.
ఈ రోగం వల్లనే మానవత్వాన్ని తాను కోల్పోతుంటాడు.
One loses his human qualities by this disease.
దివ్యమైన మానవత్వాన్ని దానవత్వంగా మార్చుకుంటాడు.
The divine and sacred human nature is changed by him into a demoniac nature.
కనుక ఈ అసూయ అనేటువంటి ఒక రాక్షసుని మనలో ప్రవేశింపచేయకుండా చూసుకోవాలి.
We should not allow this demon of jealousy to enter us.
ఇంకా ఆడంబరము.
Now comes the exhibitionism.
వారేదో చక్కెర పొంగలి చేసి పెట్టారు భజనకు, నేను ఈ పొద్దు లడ్డు చెయ్యాలి అని ఆడంబరంగా పోకూడదు.
This exhibitionism consists in feeling that one bhajan mandali has made laddus today and I should make an equal sweet.
ఇంకా కొంతమంది ఏదో మరొక వ్యక్తి ఒక గొప్పగా ఆడంబరంగా చేసింటే అంతకంటే ఇంక గొప్ప ఆడంబరంగా చేయాలని ధనమును వ్యయం చేస్తుంటాడు.
In another instance, one feels that an individual has spent so much money for this purpose and I should spend more.
మన సంస్థలలో ధనమును వ్యయం చేసేటువంటి ఆడంబరాలకు ఏమాత్రం కూడా అవకాశం ఇవ్వకూడదు.
In our organizations, the exhibitionism which involves expenditure of money should not find a place.
Misuse of money is evil అన్నాడు.
Misuse of money is evil.
ధనము లక్ష్మి స్వరూపం అన్నారు.
Wealth is the form of Lakshmi.
దానిని కూడా మనం దుర్వినియోగం చేస్తే మన లక్ష్యాన్ని దుర్వినియోగం చేసినటువంటి వారు అవుతాం.
If we misuse Lakshmi, it means we are misusing our goal.
అవసరమైనటువంటి యొక్క సమయం వచ్చినప్పుడు తప్పక నీవెంతైనా కూడా నీ జీవితాన్ని దారబోసి రక్షించు.
When there is a need, you can spend any amount.
అనవసరమైనటువంటి విషయాల్లో పేరు ప్రతిష్టల నిమిత్తమై ధనాన్ని మాత్రం వ్యయం చేయకూడదు.
When there is no need, just for the sake of getting your name and reputation, you should not spend money.
కనుక ఒక చిన్న మరొక విషయము,
There is one other instance.
చిన్న చిన్న విషయాలకు కూడాను, చిన్న చిన్న కార్యక్రమాలకు కూడాను డబ్బును వసూలు చేస్తుంటారు.
For small things and small programs, sometimes money is collected.
ఎంతమందో శ్రీమంతులు ఉంటున్నారు,
There are many wealthy people.
ఎంతమందో శక్తి సామర్థ్యం కలిగారున్నారు.
There are many able people.
ఒకరిద్దరు చేసుకుంటే కూడాను, చేర్చుకుంటే కూడాను ఎంతైనా కూడా పని చేయవచ్చు.
Even if one or two such people come together, any amount of work can be done.
అనవసరంగా కూడా ఇంటింటికి పోయి బిచ్చమెత్తేటువంటి యొక్క ఈ పనిలో మనం సంస్థలు ఏమాత్రం కూడా ప్రవేశించకూడదు.
Our organization should not unnecessarily go from home to home asking for small amounts.
ఒక చిన్న ఉదాహరణ మీకు చూడండి.
Look at a small illustration.
బ్రహ్మాండమైనటువంటి యొక్క సమావేశం జరుగుతున్నాయి పుట్టపర్తిలో.
Congregation that is taking place in
ప్రపంచ సమ్మేళనం జరుపుతూ ఉన్నాము ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలో.
World conference is taking place in Prasanthi Nilayam.
ఇంత గొప్పగా జరుగుతుండదని తెలియనటువంటి వారంతా అబ్బో ఎంత డబ్బులు వసూలు చేశారో, ఎంత కమిటీలు పెట్టారో, ఎన్ని బుక్కులు కొట్టించారో, ఎంత రసీదులు ఇచ్చారో అని అనుకోవచ్చు.
People who do not know may think, what a big conference, how much money has been collected, how many receipts have been given. They may think like that.
ఒక్క నయా పైసా కూడా మేము డొనేషన్ వేయలేదు.
We have not.
ప్రేమపూర్వకమైనటువంటి ఈ సమావేశంలో డబ్బుతో అవసరమే లేదు.
This conference, this congregation which is full of love has no need for money.
శాశ్వతంగా ఉండినటువంటి యొక్క పూర్ణచంద్ర హాల్ ఉంటుండాలి.
There is the Purnachandra auditorium which is a
మైకులు మిగిలినటువంటి యొక్క ఇవి ఏర్పాటు చేయడానికి మా విద్యార్థులు ఉంటున్నారు.
For arranging the microphones and so on, our
మిగిలిన కార్యక్రమాలు జరపడానికి మా యొక్క టీచర్స్ ఇంక మిగిలినటువంటి యొక్క భక్తులంతా చేరినారు.
For other programs, our teachers and other devotees.
డబ్బుతో పనే లేదు.
Where is the need for money for all this?
డబ్బుతో పని లేకుండా జరుగుతున్నది కనుకనే ఈ మన సమావేశాలంతా కూడాను దిగ్విజయంగా జరుగుతున్నాయి.
Because our conferences are so programmed that there is no need for money.
ఇందులో డబ్బుతో ఏమైనా సంబంధ బాంధవ్యాన్ని కల్పించుకుంటే ఒకరు ఈస్ట్ ఒకరు వెస్ట్,
if there is any
అనేక విభాగములు అయిపోతుంటాయి.
If there is any connection with money in this conference, then one will be in the east, one will be in the west. So many divisions will appear.
కనుకనే ఈ విధంగానే మై లైఫ్ ఈజ్ మై మెసేజ్. స్వామి ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలో ఏ విధంగా కార్యక్రమాలు జరుపుకుంటాడో అదే విధాన్ని మీరు అనుసరించాలి.
In this manner, as I say that my life is my message, as Swami conducts the conferences in Prasanthi Nilayam, so you must conduct your program.
మీ తిండి మీరు తింటున్నారు, మీ వసతుల్లో మీరు ఉంటున్నారు. ఎన్ని కష్టములకో, ఎన్ని నష్టములకో, ఎన్ని విధమైన బాధములకో గురి అయిపోయి సహనంతో మీరు ఈ యొక్క ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవిస్తున్నారు.
You are taking your food, you are living in your residences, you are putting yourself to so much trouble and enjoying it.
పనే లేదే.
There is no need for money.
కనుక ఇలాంటి విషయాన్ని చక్కగా మనం గుర్తించుకోవాలి.
We must recognize, it is these things that we should recognize.
కొన్ని రాష్ట్రాల లోపల చిన్న చిన్న కార్యక్రమాలకు కూడాను కొంత డబ్బులు వసూలు చేసుకునేటువంటి యొక్క తప్పు మార్గాన్ని అనుసరిస్తున్నారు.
In some states, the wrong path of collecting money, even for small, trivial programs, is being adopted.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, అధికారి అయినటువంటి వారు కొంతవరకు ఈ మార్గాన్ని అవలంబించినప్పటికీ మిగిలినటువంటి వారు ఈ బిచ్చమేసేటువంటి మార్గానికి మీరు ఏమాత్రము అంగీకరించకండి.
Prema Swarupas, even if the leaders sometimes take to such a wrong path, let not the devotees take to this path of begging.
ఇంకా కట్టకడపటి విషయం ఏమిటనగా ఈ సమావేశంలో మనము నూతనమైనటువంటి ఒక పద్ధతిని కూడా అవలంబించాలి.
The last item which we should be explained to you is that in these conferences we should adopt
దేశంలో ఎంతో మంది దీనులు, దిక్కులేనటువంటి వారు, రోగులు, ఇంకా అనేక విధమైనటువంటి వెనుకబడినటువంటి వారు ఉంటున్నారు. ఒక్కొక్క కుటుంబము ఒక్కొక్క దీనుణ్ణి పోషించుకోవటానికి తగినటువంటి ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి.
From the time of the conference, each family to protect one poor man should be attempted.
నిత్యము బజారు లోపల తిరిగి బిచ్చమెత్తకుండా ఒక్కొక్క కుటుంబము ఒక్కొక్క బిచ్చగానికి అన్నం పెట్టి వాడిని రక్షించడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి.
without permitting a poor needy man to roam about in the streets and beg, each family should try and protect and feed
ప్రతి
one
కుటుంబం కూడాను ప్రతి దినము కూడాను ఒక్కనికైనా కూడా మనం అన్నం పెట్టి ఆదరించడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి.
Each family, every day, it should try and give relief to one person by giving him food.
అన్నపూర్ణ స్వరూపాన్ని ధరించినటువంటి యొక్క మన భారతదేశమును అన్నమో రామచంద్ర అని అల్లాడుతున్నటువంటి వారికి ఒక్కడైనా ఆదరించే వాళ్ళు లేదంటే ఇది అన్నపూర్ణ క్షేత్రం అని ఎట్లా చెప్పాలి?
This country of Bharat, which has been described as Annapurna, which can give food to any number of people, in that country, if people are crying...
కనుక నేటి నుంచి మనం నూతనమైన పద్ధతి ఏమిటనగా ఒకటి, ప్రతి కుటుంబం కూడాను ఒక్కొక్క వ్యక్తి కాదు, ప్రతి కుటుంబం కూడాను మనం ఒక్కొక్క దినము ఒక్కొక్క దీనిని అన్నం పెట్టి ఆదరించేటువంటి యొక్క పవిత్రమైన మార్గాన్ని కొంతవరకు మనం అవలంబించాలి.
The new path which we should adopt from today is to give at least to one individual, needy individual, food every day by each family.
నిజమైన సాధన ఏమిటనగా అన్నదానము కన్నా అధిక దానం ఏది?
The true sadhana says that giving food to a hungry man is
తల్లిదండ్రుల కన్నా దైవం ఏది?
which God is there higher than the parents.
కొంతమంది తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇంటిలో అనేక విధమైన బాధలు పెట్టు బయటకు పోయి అనేక రకమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రచారం చేస్తుంటారు.
Some people give lot of trouble to their mother and father in the home and go outside and do a different
ఇల్లు
propaganda.
గెలిచి రచ్చ గెలుచు.
Conquer the home and then conquer the wider
నీ
world.
తల్లిదండ్రులను నీవు ముందు పోషించు.
First protect your father and mother.
వారిని నీవు పూజించు.
Worship your father.
వారిని నీవు ప్రసన్నుని గావించుకో.
You please them in the first instance.
కనుకనే తల్లిదండ్రుల కన్నా దైవం ఏది? జగదీతపము కన్నా సత్యశీలం ఏది?
Where is the God which is higher than the father and mother?
దయ కంటే ఎక్కువ ధర్మం ఏది?
Where is the dharma which is on a higher pedestal than
సుజన
compassion?
సంగతి కన్నా చూడ లాభం ఏది? సుజన సంగతి కన్నా చూడ లాభం ఏది?
More than good company, what is there which is better and more profitable?
క్రోధంబు కన్నా శత్రుత్వం ఏది? క్రోధంబు కన్నా శత్రుత్వం ఏది?
Where is a greater enemy than anger?
రుణము కంటేను నన్నకు రోగం ఏది?
What is the disease which is worse than being indebted?
ధరణి అపకీర్తి కంటేను మరణమేది?
What is the death which is worse than losing reputation?
సర్వదా కీర్తి కంటేను సంపదేది?
What is the wealth which is higher than reputation?
స్మరణ
at all
కంటే
times?
మించిన ఆదరణ ఏది?
What is the thing which is higher and better than the thought of?
కనుక ఈ అన్ని విధములైనటువంటి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి సూక్తులకు అన్నదానము కన్నా అధిక దానం ఏది? అన్నం బ్రహ్మ.
Of all these statements, the most sacred one is that there is no gift higher than giving food to a needy man.
కనుక దీనులై వచ్చి మన కడప దగ్గర నిలిచి అమ్మా అన్నము ఆకలి అవుతున్నదంటే అతన్ని ఆదరించడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేసిన హృదయమే దయాద్ర హృదయం.
When a poor and hungry man comes to your home and asks for food, that heart which gives food and shows
ఇక్కడ
compassion.
ఇంకొక విషయాన్ని గమనించాలి. స్వామి ఈ విధంగా చెప్పారని కొత్త వింత పాత రోత. కొంతమంది ఆడవాళ్ళు తక్షణమే వెళ్లి బజార్లోనే అన్నం పంచుతూ కూర్చుంటారు. ఈ విధంగా చేసి బిచ్చగాడను అభివృద్ధి చేయదండి.
There is one other thing which you should note here. Because Swami has said like this, some ladies will go into the bazaar and begin to distribute food. Don't promote beggars by doing that kind of thing.
ఇది కేవలం ఉపకారమునకు బదులు అపకారం అవుతుంది.
This will not result in good. This will result in harm.
మనము ఎవరికి పెడుతున్నామో ఎవరిని పోషిస్తున్నామో రెండో వ్యక్తికి తెలియకూడదు.
Whom we are giving such food and whom we are protecting, a second person.
ఇలాంటి ఆడంబరములు లేకోకుండా మన సమస్త యందు సోదరత్వాన్ని పవిత్రమైనటువంటి యొక్క దైవత్వాన్ని కూడా మనము ఆచరణ రూపమైన ప్రచార ప్రబోధంలో సల్పాలని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను.
I am hoping that without the exhibitionism, the brotherhood in our organizations and the fatherhood of God should be promoted quietly.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Radha Krishna Jai.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala
Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna 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 Jai.
Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna 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 Jai.
Krishna Jai. जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय गोपिका माला हारी प्यारी माई मीर मन हारी खरन मोहन पुरड़ीधारी कृष्ण जय गोपिका माला हारी प्यारी माई मीर मन विहार मदन मोहन मुरलीधारी कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय राम कृष्ण जय राधा कृष्ण जय बाला कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय राम कृष्ण जय राधा कृष्ण जय बाला कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
जय जय जय हे गजानना जय 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 हे गजानना गजानना हे गजवदना गजानना हे गजवदना जय 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 हे गजानना पार्वती नंदन गजानना पार्वती नंदन गजानना पार्वती नंदन गजानना पार्वती नंदन गजानना पशुपति तनया गजानना पशुपति तनया गजानना पशुपति तनया गजानना पशुपति तनया गजानना पाहि पूज्य देव गजानना आदि पूज्य देव गजानना पाहि पूज्य देव गजानना आदि पूज्य देव गजानना जय 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 हे गजानना गजानना
पार्वती नंदन गजानना
पशुपति तनया गजानना
पशुपति तनया गजानना
पाहि पूज्य देव गजानना
आदि पूज्य देव गजानना
पाहि पूज्य देव गजानना
आदि पूज्य देव गजानना
जय 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 हे गजानना
प्रेम भक्ति जगाओ मन में
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 आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
आओ मेरे हृदय में
आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
तुम हो दीन जनों के 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 बाबा
तुम हो भक्त जनों के साई
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 आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
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 प्रेम भक्ति जगाओ मन में
प्रेम भक्ति जगाओ मन में
आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
तुम हो दीन जनों के बाबा
तुम हो दीन जनों के बाबा
तुम हो भक्त जनों के साई
तुम हो भक्त जनों के साई
आओ मेरे हृदय में बाबा
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 प्रेम भक्ति जगाओ मन में
भवसागर से पार उतारो सागर से पार उतारो भवसागर से पार उतारो सागर से पार उतारो साईनाथ भगवान साईनाथ भगवान साईनाथ भगवान
येशु बुद्ध महावीर अल्लाह येशु बुद्ध महावीर सब नामों की एक है महिमा सब नामों की एक है महिमा सर्वधर्म के पालनहारे सर्वधर्म के पालनहारे साईनाथ भगवान साईनाथ भवसागर से पार उतारो भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा 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 पैतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा 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 साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा हालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा पैतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा पैतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा भस्म भूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा जगदोद्धारिणी माता दुर्गा जगदोद्धारिणी जगदोद्धारिणी
जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी।
जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी।
जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी। जागो जागो माँ जननी।
जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी।
हे दुर्गा देवी रण चंडी देवी, हे शिव रमणा जागो माँ।
हे दुर्गा देवी रण चंडी देवी, हे शिव रमणा जागो माँ।
हे शिव रमणा जागो माँ।
हे शिव रमणा जागो माँ।
जागो जगदोधारिणी माँ।
जागो जगदोधारिणी माँ।
जागो जगदोधारिणी माँ।
जागो जगदोधारिणी माँ।
जगदोधारिणी माता दुर्गा, जगदोधारिणी माँ। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय।
श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल 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 बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। मदन मोहन 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 हरि गोविंद बोलो। कमल नयन प्रभु गोपाल 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 बोलो। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो। मदन मोहन हरि गोविंद बोलो। मदन मोहन हरि गोविंद बोलो। कमल नयन प्रभु गोपाल बोलो। कमल नयन प्रभु गोपाल बोलो। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 बोलो। गोविंद बोलो गोपाल 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 बोलो। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो।
साई नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
साई नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
साई नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
साई नारायण हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। हर हर गंगे 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 हे नट राजा हे शिव राजा हर 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 गंगे हे नट राजा हे शिव राजा राजा हे शिव राजा हर 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 गंगे हे नट राजा हे शिव राजा हर 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 गंगे हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे पतिपुरीश्वर जय गंगाधरा हनुमंता పితా గురుదైవము మరి అంతయు నీవే స్వామి మరి అంతయు నీవే నాద బ్రహ్మ జగన్నాథ నాద బ్రహ్మ జగన్నాథ నాగేంద్ర శయన ఓం జయ జగదీశ హరి ఓంకార రూప ఓజస్వి ఓ సాయి మహాదేవ సత్య సాయి మహాదేవ మంగళ ఆరతి అందుకో మంగళ ఆరతి అందుకో మంగళ గిరిధారి ఓం జయ జగదీశ హరి నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ 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 ఓం నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం జయ సద్గురుదేవా నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ 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 ఓం నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం జయ సద్గురుదేవా నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ 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 ఓం నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం సత్య నారాయణ నారాయణ ఓం జయ సద్గురుదేవా శాంతి 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 సమస్తలోకా సుఖినో భవంతు సమస్తలోకా సుఖినో భవంతు సమస్తలోకా సుఖినో భవంతు శాంతి 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 జయ బోలో భగవాన్ శ్రీ సత్య సాయి బాబా जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।